Alice, dear Alice, the Queen of Hearts. It would make all the difference. Oh dear, it's not going to come out. I suppose I'm just feeling sorry for myself. I should be very glad when my sisters come home. You know, it's not much fun having measles, and I did so want to go to that party this afternoon. How I wish I could go into the looking glass house. I told you yesterday, Your Majesty, all about it. First, there's the room you can see, only the things go the other way round. And there must be a garden. Oh, how I wish I could see the garden. Let's pretend that we can get through it somehow, Your Majesty. Let's pretend that the glass has gone quite soft and that we can get through.
Fetch my tease.
Oh, my ears and whiskers can't afford to wait. Oh, my ears and whiskers, I shall be very late. Goodness, how late it's getting.
Jabberwock. 'Twas brilliant, and the slimy toes did guile and gimble in the rain. All mimsy were the bother groves, and the low rods outweighed. Beware the Jabberwock, my son. 'Twas that fight, 'twas that catch. Beware the Jub-Jub bird, and shun the ruinous Bandersnatch. He took his warble sword in hand. Long time the Manxman foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in uppish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and further as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the warble blade went snicker-snack. Left it dead, and its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, fracture stay, Calais, he chortled with his joy. 'Twas brilliant, and the slimy toes did guile, and gimble in the rain. All mimsy were the bother groves, and the low rocks outweighed. It seems very pretty, but rather hard to understand. Somebody killed something. That's clear at any rate. Oh dear, I must get on. If I don't make haste, they will be looking for me, and I'm not going back into the old room. That would be the end of all my adventures. Oh, it's too bad. Oh, Tiger Lily, I wish you could talk. I must talk to someone.
We can talk when there's anybody worth talking to.
Can all flowers talk?
Oh, as well as you can, and a good deal louder.
It isn't manners for us to begin, you know. We were wondering whether you were ever going to speak at all. As a matter of fact, I said to myself, surely she's going to say something. Her face has some sense in it, though it's not a clever one. Still, you're the right colour, and that goes a long way, I always think.
Well, I don't care about the colour myself. She'd be all right if only her petals curled up a little more.
Yes. Aren't you sometimes frightened at being planted out here? There's no one to take care of you, is there?
Oh, there's the tree in the middle, you know. What else is it good for?
What could it do if danger came?
It could bark, couldn't it?
It says bow wow.
That's why its branches are called boughs. Can you imagine such ignorance? Fancy her not noticing a thing like that.
What a simpleton she must be.
Silence! Silence, every one of you. They know I can't get at them, otherwise they wouldn't dare to do it.
Never mind. If you don't be quiet, I'll pick you.
Well said. The daisies are worst of all. When one speaks, they all speak together. It's enough to make one with the way they go.
How is it you can all talk so nicely? I've been in many gardens before, but none of the flowers can talk.
Put your hand down and feel the ground, and then you'll know why.
It's very hard, but I don't see what that has to do with it.
What a dunce. Where was she educated? Oh my goodness.
In most gardens, as you should know, they always make the beds too soft, so the flowers are always asleep.
Oh, I never thought of that before.
It's my opinion that you never think at all. I've never seen anybody who looked more stupid. I really didn't.
You hold your tongue as if you ever saw anybody. All you do is put your head under your leaves and snore away till you know no more of what's going on in the world than when you were a bud.
Are there any more people in the garden besides me?
There is one other flower in the garden that can move like you. Now I wonder how you do it.
You're always wondering.
But then of course, she's more bushy than you are.
Is she like me?
Well, she has the same awkward shape as you have. But she's even redder. And her petals are even shorter, I think.
As a matter of fact, they're done up close, like a dahlia. Not all tumbled about like yours.
But that's hardly your fault. You're beginning to fade, you know. And then one can't help one's petals getting a little untidy.
Does she ever come out here?
Oh, I dare say you shall see her soon. She's one of the thorny kind.
Where does she wear them?
All around her head, of course. I was wondering why you hadn't got any. I thought it was all part of the game.
What game?
Listen, everyone, she's coming. I can hear her footsteps thump, thump, thump along the path.
Oh, I think I'll go and meet her.
We can't possibly do that. No, I should advise you to walk the other way.
I should advise you to walk the other way.
Oh, my goodness, she's grown a great deal. She was only 3 inches high the last time I saw her.
Where have you come from and where are you going? Look up, speak nicely, and don't twiddle your fingers all the time.
I thought I'd try and get to the top of that hill, but I don't seem to be able. Whichever way I take, I find myself back here again. I'm really lost my way.
I don't know what you mean by your way. All the ways about here belong to me. But why should you come out here at all? Can't see why you're thinking what to say, it saves time. It's time for you to answer now. You are the lips wide when you speak, and always say, Your Majesty.
I only wanted to see what the garden was like, Your Majesty.
That's right. When you say garden, I could show you gardens compared with which you would call this a rose.
I thought I'd try and get to the top of that hill.
When you say hill, I've seen hills in comparison with which you would call that a valley.
Oh, no, I shouldn't. A hill can't be a valley. That would be nonsense.
You may call it nonsense if you like, but I've heard nonsense compared with which that would be as sensible as a dictionary. This way.
Oh, why, it's marked out like a chessboard. It's cut up into squares by those little brooks and hedges. There ought to be some men moving about somewhere. And so there are. Why, it's a great huge game of chess that's been played all over the world. If this is the world at all, you know. Oh, what fun it is. How I wish I could be one of them. I wouldn't mind being a pawn if only I could join in. Though, of course, I should like to be a queen festival.
That's easily managed. You could be the white queen's pawn as Lily's too young to play. Now, you're in the second square to begin with, and when you get to the 8th square, you'll be a queen. Now, come on! Faster now! Faster! 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 Don't try to talk! Faster! Faster!
Are we nearly there?
There? Why, it cost me 10 minutes ago! Faster! Faster! Phew. You may rest a little now.
Why? I do believe we've been here all the time. Everything's just as it was.
Well, of course it is. What did you expect?
Well, in our country, you generally get to somewhere else when you run for a long time, as we have been doing.
Oh, a slow sort of country. Now here it takes all the running you could do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you've got to go at least twice as fast as that.
Oh, I'd rather not try. Quite content to stay here. Only I'm so hot and thirsty.
Oh, I know what you'd like. Have a nice biscuit.
Oh, thank you.
While you're refreshing yourself, I'll just take the leaves. At the end of 2 yards, I shall give you directions. Have another biscuit.
No, thank you, one's quite enough.
At the end of 3 yards, I shall repeat the directions in case you forget. At the end of 4 yards, you will be in the square, tweeted under, tweeted in. The 5th square is mostly water. The 6th belongs to Humpty. Did you make no remark?
I didn't know I had to make one just then.
You should have said. It's extremely kind of you to tell me all this. However, we're supposing so. The 7th square is all forest. One of the knights will show you the way. And then, in the 8th square, you'll become a queen. We'll all be queens together, and it's all feasting and fun. Speaking French, when you can't remember the English rhythm, turn out your toes as you walk, and remember who you are. Goodbye!
And now, for the 3rd square. Oh, excuse me, could you tell me where?
Who are you?
Oh, I hardly know, sir, just at present. At least, I knew who I was when I got up this morning, but several things seem to have changed since then.
What did you mean by that? Explain yourself.
Oh, I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir, because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see.
Well, I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly, because I don't understand it myself to begin with. It's all very confusing.
It isn't.
Well, you might not have found it so yet, but when you have to turn into a caterpillar, you will someday, you know, and then into a butterfly. I should think you would find it a little odd, won't you?
Not a bit.
Well, your feelings may be different. All I know is it would feel very odd to me.
You? Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
What?
My book.
Come back. I have something important to say. Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So you can't understand what is going on?
I'm afraid not, sir. I can't remember things as I used to.
Can't remember what things?
Well, I've tried to say, how does the little busy bee, but it all came out different.
Yeah, repeat. You are old, Father William.
You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right? It is right, do you think at your age it is right?
In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I am done, why I do it again and again.
You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown was commonly thought. Yet you turned and like somersault in at the dream walked. If the way is not on that, or that way you walked, if the way is not on that.
In my youth, said the sage as he shook his grey locks, I kept all my limbs very supple, and the use of this ointment 1 shilling a box. Allow me to sell you a couple.
You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for men eating tongue and sweet. Yet you finished to roast the toes and the feet. Pray, how did you manage to do it? Pray, how did you manage to do it?
In my youth, said his father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife, and the muscular strength that it gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life.
You are old, said the youth, and hardly suppose that your eyes are steady as ever. Yet you balance the meal at the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever, so clever? What made you so awfully clever?
I have answered 3 questions and that is enough, said his father, don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off or I'll kick you downstairs.
It is wrong from beginning to end. What do you want to be?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
Well, you should.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't get so easily
I can't
offended.
wait around all day while you decide what you want to be.
If you could just tell me the way out of the wood. Oh, he wasn't much use. I shall just have to find out for myself.
For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen to play croquet.
For the Queen, an invitation to the Duchess to play croquet. It's no use your knocking at all, and that's for two reasons. Firstly, we're both on the same side of the door, and secondly, they're making so much noise in there that nobody will ever hear you.
Please, how am I to get in?
Well, there might be some sense in your knocking. If you were on the other side of the door, then you could knock, and I could let you in.
How am I to get in?
Well, I shall sit here for today and the next day as well.
How am I to get in?
Are you to get in at all? That's the question. I shall go on sitting here for days and days and days.
But what shall I do?
Oh, anything you like.
Oh, there's no use talking to him. He's perfectly idiotic. To Tweedledum's house. To the house of Tweedledee. They seem to be pointing in the same direction. I don't quite understand. Oh, I do believe they must live in the same house. I wonder I never thought of that before. I must get to the 8th square before it gets dark. So I'll just call and say, how do you do, and ask them the way out of the wood. Oh, I nearly forgot. This is a looking glass room, so I must go the other way.
If you think we're waxwork, you ought to be made to pay. Waxwork weren't made to be looked at for nothing, nohow.
Contrariwise, if you think we're alive, you ought to speak.
I'm sure I'm very sorry.
I know what you're thinking, but it isn't true, nohow.
Contrariwise, if it was so, it might be, and if it were so, it would be. But as it isn't, it ain't. That is logic.
I really wanted to know the way out of the wood. Could you tell me, please?
Oh, you've begun wrong. Now, the first thing you do when you pay a visit is to say, how do you do, and shake hands.
Here we go round
the multi-bush, the multi-bush, the multi-bush. Here we go round the multi-bush and the golden coffee morning.
4 times round is enough for one dance.
Oh, I do hope we're not much tired.
You know how, but thank you very much for asking.
So much obliged. Do you like poetry?
Well, yes, pretty well, some poetry, that is. But I really wanted to know the way out of the wood.
What shall I repeat for her?
The walrus and the carpenter is the longest.
The sun was shining on the sea, shining.
If you could just tell me first which road.
The sun was shining on the sea, shining with all its might. It did its very best to make the billows smooth and wide. And this was odd because it was the middle of the night. The moon was shining sulkily because she thought the sun had got no business to be there after the day was done. It's very rude of him, she said, to come and spoil the fun.
The sea was wet as wet could be, the sand was dry as dry. You could not see a cloud because no cloud was in the sky. No birds were flying overhead, there were no birds to fly. The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. They wept like anything to see such quantities of sand. When it were only cleared away, they said it would be grand.
If 7 maids with 7 mops went into half a year. Do you suppose the walrus said that they could get it clear? I doubt it, said the carpenter, and shed a bitter tear. The oysters come and walk with us, the walrus did beseech. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk along the briny beach. You cannot do with more than water, give a hand to each.
The eldest oyster looked at him, but never a word he said. The eldest oyster winked his eye and shook his heavy head, meaning to say he did not choose to leave the oyster bed. Then 4 young oysters hurried up, all eager for the treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean indeed. And then it was odd, because you know they had a deadly weed.
Other oysters followed them, and yet another 4, and taken fast they came at last, and more and more and more, all tumbling through the frothy waves and scrambling to the shore. The walrus and the carpenter walked on a mile or so, and then they rested on a rock conveniently low, and all the little oysters stood and waited in a row.
Time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and chips and sealing wax and cabbages and things, and why the sea is boiling hot and where the pigs have wings. But wait to fit the oysters right before we have a chat, for some of us are out of breath and all of us are fat. No hurry, says the carpenter, they thanked him much for that.
A loaf of bread, the walrus said, is what we chiefly need. Pepper and vinegar besides are very good indeed. Now if you're ready, oysters dear, we can begin to feed. But not from us the oysters cried, running a little low. After such kindness that would be a dismal thing to do. The night is fine, the walrus said, do you admire the good?
It was so kind of you to come, and you are very nice. The carpenter said nothing but, come as another slice. I wish you were not quite so deaf, I've had to ask you twice. It seems a shame the walrus said to play them such a trick, after we brought them out so far and made them trot so quick. The carpenter said nothing but, the butter's bread too thick.
I weep for you, the walrus said, I deeply sympathize. With sobs and tears he sorted out those of the largest size, holding his pocket handkerchief before his streaming eyes.
The voice said the carpenter, you had a pleasant run. We shall be trodden home again, the last day went on. It was very hard because they'd eaten everyone.
More than the carpenter, though. You see, he held his handkerchief out in front, so the carpenter couldn't see how many he took, contrariwise.
Oh, that was mean. Then I like the carpenter best if he didn't eat so many as the walrus.
Yeah, but he ate as many as he could get.
Oh, well, they were both pretty unpleasant characters. Anyway, I must be getting out of the wood. It's getting very dark. Do you think it's going to rain?
No, I don't think so. Oh, no, at least not under here. No harm.
It might rain out here.
Well, it might if he chooses. We've no objection, contrariwise.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's only a rattle. Not a rattlesnake, you know. Only an old rattle. Quite old and broken.
I knew it was! It's cracked, spoiled, and coarse!
There's no need to get so angry about an old rattle.
Oh, but it isn't old, I tell you. It's new. I bought it yesterday. Oh, my nice new rattle.
Oh, you look exactly like a fish.
Of course. You agreed to have a battle.
Oh, I suppose so. And she must help us to dress up.
Wait here.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle, for Tweedledum said Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle. Just then flew down a monstrous crow, as big as a tar barrel, that frightened both the heroes so they quite forgot their quarrel.
I hope you're good at pinning and tying on things. All of these have got to go on somehow or other.
You know, you're beginning to look like bundles of old clothes. There. That'll keep your head from being cut off.
You know, it's one of the worst things that can happen to one in a battle, to get one's head cut off.
Would you tie my helmet on, please? Do I look a little pale?
Well, yes, a little.
Well, I'm very brave generally. Only today, I happen to have a headache.
Well, I've got a toothache. I'm far worse off than you.
Oh, then you'd better not fight today.
Oh, I must have a bit of a fight. And I'm not particular about it going on very long. What's the time now?
4:30.
Well, let's fight until 6 and then have dinner.
Oh, all right. And she can watch. Only you better not come too close. I generally hit everything I can when I get really excited.
I hit everything within reach, whether I can see it or not.
I should think you must hit the trees pretty often.
I don't suppose there'll be a tree left standing forever so far round by the time we've finished.
And all about a rattle.
Well, I wouldn't have minded so much if it hadn't have been a new one.
I wish the monstrous crow would come.
There's only one sword, but you can have the umbrella. It's quite sharp. Anyway, we must begin as quick as we can. It's getting very dark. Oh.
And darker.
What a thick black cloud that is, and how fast it's coming. Why, I do believe it's got wings.
Oh, it's the crow!
It's the crow!
Duchess, we're going to be so late, you know.
You don't know much on that's a fact. You know, if everybody minded their own business, the world would go round a great deal faster than it does.
Which would not be an advantage. Just think what work it would make with the day and night. You see, the Earth takes 24 hours to turn around a big Saturn.
Oh, don't bother me. I never could abide figures.
I don't think it's a very good idea to bring the baby with you. The Queen won't like it.
Speak roughly to your little boy and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Wow, 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 wow. I speak severely to my boy. I beat him when he sneezes, for he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when it pleases. Wow, 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 wow. Here, you may hold it a bit if you like. I have to get ready to meet the Queen.
But Duchess, I thought you were ready.
Don't look at me like that. I'm not going to hold the baby now.
Oh, what an odd-shaped little thing it is. I wish it wouldn't keep doubling up and straightening out again. It's very difficult to hold. And don't grunt. That's not a proper way of expressing yourself. Oh, where is the Duchess? I'll go and see if I can find her, and perhaps I can find that wretched cook to look after you. come along, we're going to be late.
Oh, so that was the Duchess. How odd she seems. And how lovely to be invited to a party. How I wish.
What do you wish?
Who are you? And why do you grin so?
Well, I'm a very handsome Cheshire cat, that's why. Meow. Meow.
Here, let me help you with your shawl. Am I addressing the White Queen?
Oh, well, yes. If you call that addressing.
Not my notion of it before, you know. If your Majesty will just tell me the right way to begin, I'll do it as well as I can.
I don't want it done at all. I've been addressing myself for the last 2 hours. There's something wrong. It's out of temper. I pin it here, and I pin it there. No pleasing it.
Can't go straight, you know, if you pin it all on one side. Dear me! What a state your hair!
I got the hairbrush tangled in it. I lost the comb the other day.
Here. That's better. What you need is a lady's maid.
Well, I'll take you with pleasure. Twopence a week at jam every other day.
Oh, I don't want you to hire me. Anyway, I don't care for jam.
Very good jam.
Well, I don't want any today.
You couldn't have it even if you wanted it. The rule is jam tomorrow, jam yesterday, but never jam today.
It must sometimes come to jam today.
Oh, no, it couldn't. It's jam every other day. Today isn't any other, you know.
I don't know, but really, it's very confusing.
Well, that's the effects of living backwards. It always makes one a little giddy at first, but you'll soon get used to it. Then it gets better and better.
I'm sure there's something wrong somewhere. What's the matter? Have you pricked your finger?
Oh, no, not yet, but I soon shall.
Well, when do you expect to do it?
Well, when I do my shawl up again, the brooch will come undone again, you see. Now you see the way things happen here.
Why don't you scream now?
Why? I've done all my screaming already. What would be the use of doing it all over again?
I think the crow must have flown away. I'm so glad it's gone. I thought the night was coming on.
I do wish I could manage to be glad. I can never remember the rules. You must be very happy, living here in this wood and being glad whenever you like. But I must be on the move. I must get back to my shop before it closes.
Oh, may I come with you?
Certainly, child. Follow me.
Oh, Your Majesty, there you are. I lost sight of you in the wood. You simply flew along. I do hope your finger's quite better now.
Oh, ever so much better. Better. Bah! Well, what is it you want to buy?
Oh, I should like to look all round me first, if I may. How can you knit with so many needles? You look more like a porcupine every minute.
Can you row?
Yes. But not on land. Certainly not on needle.
Row, row, row the boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily row the boat. Life is but a
You're a little goose. Hurrah up! Hurrah up! Oh, we're nearly there! We're nearly there! Plenty of choice. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. Now, what is it you want to buy?
And some.
I only have to...
It belongs to the Duchess. She's in prison under sentence of you-know-what. Only about half an hour, just for being late. She took such a long time to get ready, though I did my best to hurry her up. I couldn't wait to get her out of the kitchen, and that cook of hers is very peculiar. The amount of pepper she uses, I suppose all the pepper flying around, is why the Duchess seems to laugh all the time. Ah, Duchess, how charming to see you. Keeping well, I trust.
I can't tell you how glad I am to see you again, you dear old thing.
I'm certainly very glad they let you out of prison. All because you were a furious lady. With all due respect to Her Majesty, she is very fond of having people executed. You're thinking about something, my dear, and that makes you forget to talk. And I can't tell you just now what the moral of that is, but I shall remember it in a bit. Perhaps it hasn't one. Oh, that touch out. Everything has a moral, if only you can find it. I think the game's going on rather better now. Ah, 'tis so. And the moral of that is, 'tis love that makes the world go round. Somebody said it's done by everybody minding their own business. Oh, me, it's much the same thing. And the moral of that is, take care of the sense, and the sounds will take care of themselves. You're very fond of finding morals in things. Except you're wondering why I don't put my arm around your waist. The reason is that croquet mallet is in the way, but I'll try an experiment if you like. Might not bite you, but probably would be a little uncomfortable. Very true.
Flamingos bite, and mustard bites. And the moral of that is, birds of a feather flock together.
But mustard isn't a bird.
Right as usual. What a clear way you have of putting things.
It's a mineral, I think.
Of course it is. And there's a large mustard mine near here. And the moral of that is, the more there is of mine, the less there is of yours.
It's a vegetable. Doesn't look like one, but it is.
I quite agree with you. And the moral of that is, be what you would seem to be. Or if you'd like it put more simply, never imagine yourself not to be otherwise, but it would appear to others that what you were or were not might appear to them to be otherwise, but would not.
I should understand that better if I had it written down. I can't quite understand what you say.
That's nothing to what I could say if I chose.
Oh, pray, don't talk to me any longer than that.
Oh, but it isn't any trouble. I make you a present of everything I've said as yet.
Thinking again? I've the right to think. Not as much right to speak as to lie. And the more of that.
A fine day, Your Majesty. I give you fair warning. Either you or your head must be off. And that in about half no time. Take your choice.
Have you met the mock turtle?
I don't know what a mock turtle is. Oh, it's a thing mock turtle soup is made from.
Walk
I got a
ahead,
small one.
master set of writing to this here.
And he
There's
shall
the book.
tell you his
I'm
history.
eagerly treading on my neck. See our eager little lobsters and the turtles all at once. They are waiting on the shingle. Will you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance?
That's enough for a moment. I want to lie down and
Oh,
rest.
very well. Oh dear, that song always makes me so sad.
Get up at once and see if you can stop and cry. I want this young lady to hear his history. Oh, let me take that for you, my dear. I must get back and see about some executions I've had ordered.
What fun!
What is the fun?
Why, it's all her fancy that. They never execute nobody, you know.
Oh, what is this sorrow?
Oh, it's all his fancy that. He hasn't got any sorrow. This young lady, she wants for to know your history, she do.
Oh, I'll tell it to her. Sit down, both of you. Don't speak a word till I've finished.
Sure, I don't see how you could ever finish if it doesn't begin.
Once I was a real turtle.
Thank you very much. Most interesting story.
When we were little, we went to school in the sea. Our master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
Why do you call him Tortoise if he doesn't fun?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us, really, you were very dumb.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking such a simple question. Drive on, old fellow, and don't be all day about it.
We went to school in the sea, though you mayn't believe it.
I never said I didn't.
Oh, yes, we did.
Hold your tongue.
We had the best of educations. We went to school every day.
You needn't be so proud as all that. I've been to a day school too.
With extras?
Yes. We learnt French and music.
And washing?
Certainly not.
Then yours wasn't a really good school. Now, ours they had at the end of the bill French, music, and washing extra.
You couldn't have wanted it much living at the bottom of the sea.
Well, he couldn't afford it. He only took the regular course.
Oh, what was that?
Now, reeling and writhing, of course, to begin with. Then the different branches of arithmetic. Ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision.
Oh, I never heard of uglification. What is it?
Never heard of uglifying? Well, I suppose you know what to beautify is.
Yes, it means to make anything prettier.
Well then, if you don't know what to uglify is, you are a simpleton.
What else had you to learn?
Well, there was mystery ancient and modern, with seography, and drawing. The drawing master was an old conger eel that used to come once a week. He taught us drawing, stretching, and fainting in coils.
Ooh, what was that like?
Well, I can't show it to you myself. I'm too stiff, and the Griffin never learnt it.
No, I hadn't time, but I went to the classical master, though. He was an old crab, he was.
No, I never went to him. He taught laughing at grief, they used to say.
So he did.
How many hours a day did you do lessons?
10 hours the first day, 9 the next, and so on.
What a curious plan.
Well, that's the reason why they're called lessons, because they lesson from day to day.
Then the 11th day must have been a holiday.
Of course it was.
And what did you do on the 12th?
That's enough about lessons. Tell us something about the game now.
Oh.
Sing as if he had a bone in his throat.
You may not have lived under the sea.
Oh, I haven't.
And perhaps you were never even introduced to a lobster.
I once tasted.
Then you can have no idea what a delightful thing a lobster quadrille is.
No, indeed, what sort of dance is it?
Yes, well, you first form into a line along the sea.
2 lines, seals, lobsters, and so on. Then when you clear the jellyfish out of the way...
Well, that generally takes some time.
Yes, you advance twice.
Each with a lobster at the top.
Of course, advance twice, set the partner.
Change lobsters and retire in the same order.
Yes, then you know, you throw the
Field lobster.
far out to sea as you can.
Then you swim.
Turn the somersault in the sea.
Change lobster.
Back to land again, and that's the end of the first figure.
Oh, must be a very pretty one.
Would you like to see a little of it?
Oh, very much indeed.
Oh, come, let's try the first figure. We can do it without the lobsters, you know. Which I'll sing.
You sing, I've forgotten the words. Here you walk a little past the set of whiting to the snail. There's the porpoise close behind me and he's treading on my tail. See how eagerly the lobsters and the turtles all advance. They are waiting on the shingle. Will you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance?
can really have no notion how delightful it will be when they take us up and throw us with the lobsters up to sea. But the snare replied too far and gave a little chance. They had a very highly but would not join the dance. Would not join the dance. Would not join the dance.
For it matters not how far we go, his scaly friend replied. There is another shore, you know, upon the other side. The further off from England, the nearer into France. Then turn the pale, beloved snail, but come and join the dance. Will you, won't you join the dance? Will you, won't you join the dance?
Oh, well, as to the whiting, you know about them, of course.
Oh, yes, I see them very often at dinner.
I don't know where dinner may be, but then if you've seen them so often, you know what they're like.
I believe so. They have their tails in their mouths and they're all over crumbs.
Oh, no, you're wrong about the crumbs, you know. They would all wash off in the sea. But they do have their tails in their mouths, and the reason for that... Oh, tell them about the reason.
Well, the reason is that they would go with the lobsters to the dance. So they got flung into the sea. And so they had to fall a long way. And they had their tails fast in their mouths, and so they couldn't get them out again. That's all.
I see, thank you very much. I never knew so much about whiting before. So if I had been the whiting, I said to the pork, keep back. We don't want you with us.
Oh, they were obliged to have me with them. No wise fish would go anywhere without a porpoise.
Wouldn't it really?
Oh, no, if a fish came to me and said he was going on a journey, I would say, with what purpose?
Don't you mean purpose?
I mean what I say.
Would you like to see another figure of the quadrille? Or would you like the mock turtle to sing you another song?
Oh, another song, please. The mock turtle will be so kind.
There's no time to tell. What we have here? Sing her turtle soup, will you, old fellow?
Beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting in a heart tureen. Oops, as dainties would not stoop. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Beautiful soup, beautiful soup, soup of the evening, beautiful, beautiful beautiful soup. Who cares for fish, game, or any other dish? Food not give, all else for two. Pennyworth only a beautiful soup. Pennyworth only a beautiful soup. Beautiful soup. Beautiful soup, soup of the evening, beautiful, beautiful soup.
You have a rest now, and perhaps this young lady will tell us some of her adventures.
Oh, I can tell you my adventures, starting from the morning.
It's beginning!
I think I'm going to be made a queen.
Yes.
Come on!
Everybody says come on around here. I never was so ordered about all my life. What? Well,
edition. Divide a loaf by a knife. What's the answer, eh?
I suppose...
Bread and butter, of course.
Of course. Oh, the child's a perfect duffer.
You can't do sums a bit.
Can you do sums?
Well, I can do addition if you give me time. But I can't do subtraction under any circumstances.
Of course, you know your ABC.
Of course I do.
So do I. We must repeat it together, shall we, sometime? I can read words of several letters. There! Isn't that grand? However, don't be discouraged.
Ready for some more questions?
Several letters at the same time, not separately.
I said, are you ready for some more questions?
Upon her head, she'll be giddy after so much thinking.
Oh, she's all right now. Do you know what's the French for fiddle-dee-dee?
Fiddle-dee-dee is not English.
Who said it was?
If you tell me what language fiddle-dee-dee is, I'll tell you the French for it.
Queens never make bargains.
I wish that queens never asked questions.
Now, don't let's quarrel. What is the cause of lightning?
The cause of lightning is the thunder. No, I meant it the other way round.
Too late to correct it. Once you've said a thing, that fixes it, and you must take the consequences.
That reminds me. We had such a thunderstorm last Tuesday. What meant a lot of Tuesdays ahead.
Well, where I come from, we only have one day at a time.
That's a pretty thin way of doing things. Now here, we mostly have days and nights, 2 or 3 at a time. And sometimes in the winter, we take as many as 5 nights together. For warmth, you know.
Are 5 nights warmer than one?
5 times as warm, of course.
Then they should be 5 times as cold.
Just so, 5 times as warm and 5 times as cold. Just as I am 5 times as rich as you are, and 5 times as clever.
Humpty Dumpty saw the storm too. He came to the door with a corkscrew in his hand.
What for?
Well, he said he would come in because he was looking for a hippopotamus. Well, as it happened, we didn't have such a thing in the house that morning.
Have you generally?
Well, only on Thursdays.
I know what he came for. He came to punish the fish.
Oh, it was such a thunderstorm, you can't think.
She never could.
And part of the roof blew off. Ever such a lot of thunder got in. We went rolling round the room in great lumps, knocking over the chairs and tables. And I was so frightened I couldn't remember my own name.
Oh, I never should try to remember my own name in the middle of an accident. What would be the use of it?
Your Majesty must excuse her. She means well, but she can't help saying foolish things. She never was really well brought up, you know. But it's amazing how good-tempered she is. Pat her on the head and see how pleased she'll be. A little kindness, like putting her hair in papers, would do wonders with her. Oh, she's tired. Poor old thing. Smooth her hair, lend her your nightcap, and sing her a soothing lullaby.
But I haven't got a nightcap with me, and I don't know any soothing lullabies.
I must do it myself then. Rock-a-bye lady in Alice's lap, till the feast's ready with time for a nap. When the feast's over, we'll go to the ball. Red queen and white queen and Alice and all. I know the words. Just sing it through to me. I'm getting rather sleepy too.
Rock-a-bye ladies in Alice's lap, till the feast ready with time for a nap. Oh, what am I to do? This must be the first time that anyone ever had to take care of 2 queens asleep at once. Not in all the history of England, because there never was more than 1 queen at a time. Oh, do wake up. Which Poseidon? I'm not really a visitor, and I'm certainly not a servant. There ought to be one marked Queen.
No evidence till the week after next. What you covered to me, didn't you? No next cheap, shall we?
Oh, I didn't find all.
What is it now?
Where's the servant who visited him to answer this door?
Which door?
This door.
What did it ask you?
What do you mean?
Well, I speak English, don't I? What did it ask you?
Nothing. I've been knocking at it.
Oh, shouldn't do that, you know. Shouldn't do that. Rex is it, you know. Now, you let it alone, and it'll let you alone. See what I mean?
Alice that said, I'll set her in hand, I've a crown on my head. Let the looking glass creatures, whatever they be.
Let the looking glass creatures, whatever they be.
Come and dine with the Red Queen. And also the White Queen. Come and dine with the Red Queen, the White Queen and me.
Then fill up your glasses as quick as you can, and sprinkle the table with buttons and bran. Put crabs in the coffee and mice in the tea, and welcome Queen Alice with her tea and three.
Oh, looking glass creatures, I quickly draw near. Is not that to see me a favor to hear? It's a privilege high to have dinner and tea.
'Tis a privilege high to have dinner and tea.
Along with the Red Queen and also the White Queen.
Along with the Red Queen, the White Queen and me. Then fill up your glasses with treacle and ink, and anything else that is pleasant to drink. Mix sand with the cider and more with the wine, and welcome Queen Alice with 90 times 9. Queen Alice!
We missed the soup and fish, but here's the joint. Now you look a little shy. Let me introduce you to the leg of mutton. Alice Mutton, Mutton Alice.
May I give you some?
Oh, certainly not. It isn't etiquette to cut anyone you've been introduced to. Remove the joint. May I?
No, I will not be introduced to the pudding, otherwise we'll get no dinner at all.
Pudding, Alice, Alice, pudding. Remove the pudding.
Wait to bring back that pudding. May I give you some?
What impertinence! I wonder how you like it if I were to cut a slice out of you, you creature.
You make some remark. It's ridiculous to leave all the conversation to the pudding.
I've had such a quantity of poetry repeated to me today, and it's very curious, but it was all about fishes and something. Why are you all so fond of fishes?
Oh, fishes! As to fishes, Her White Majesty knows a lovely riddle, all of poetry, all about fishes. May she?
Your Red Majesty is very kind to mention it. Oh, it would be such a treat. Oh, may I?
Oh, please do.
First, the fish must be caught. That is easy. A baby, I think, could have thinks the fish must be bought, that is easy. A penny, I think, would have bought it. Now cook me the fish, that is easy. It will not take more than a minute. Let it lie in the dish, that is easy. Because already it is. Bring it here, let me sup, that is easy. To set such a dish on the table. Take the dish cover up, that is so hard that I fear I'm unable. For it holds it like glue holds the lid on to the dish as it lies in the middle, which is easier to do on dish cover the fish or dish cover the riddle.
Take a minute to think about it, then guess. Meanwhile, we'll drink your health. Queen Alice! You ought to return thanks in a neat speech.
We will help you.
Thank you, I can do quite well now.
That wouldn't be at all befitting.
I rise to return thanks.
Look after yourselves! Something's going to happen!
Just
There's a porpoise close behind me and he's dragging on my tail. See how eagerly the lobsters and the turtles all at once. They are waiting on the shingle. Won't you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, won't you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, won't you join the dance? To the looking glass world it was Alice that said, I'm a scepter in hand and a crown on my head. Let the looking glass creatures whatever they be, let the looking glass creatures whatever they be, come and dine with the red queen and also the white queen, come and dine with the red queen, the white queen and me. Then fill up your glasses with treacle and ink, or anything else that is pleasant to drink. Mix sand with the cider and all with the wine, and welcome Queen Alice with 90 times 9.